Okay, this is how I imagine uh, an element that goes into building an artificial interface. It's a since it's an intersection, and it requires a gap in between to conceal an object. This is a 3D pixel unit, typical long expanded um, fiber optic bundles. It don't have to be fiber optic; it could be wire, but I think fiber optic would be the choice. And this is the top of the 3D pixel right here, or a group of them. And the further you separate, the um, expand the distance between them, the more there's a displacement. Not only that, if it was just right up there, if this end two-way bundle was pulled back to itself, if you so much as turned the pixel around, it would be displaced 100%. And that goes for a group of them too. This is my ideal for where it follows let light fall where it may philosophy. You have to have spinning um, light emitters and light detectors to increase the probability of the statistical average of having light go through an object. Invisibility. Um, Now, this is a picture of of this strand shrunk up or decreased in size, whatever. It shows the light going in, the light coming out, and you can see there's a displacement here. There's always going to be some sort of displacement, even a maximal displacement with a single element of an invisible holodeck object or a light interface. With them by themselves, there's a maximal displacement. Unless it was right up next to it, it would be some sort of displacement up to maximal displacement. Now, this is a light interface system where, well, this shows the one-to-many wiring scheme, and I made models of these. It's in my kitchen right now, but this is the closed shell, the open shell, and the open interface. And this is a one-to-many wiring scheme where one pixel is 3D pixel and is lined up with all these others. And this is the one-to-one correspondence with the light interface, which makes the interface holodeck. Invisibility with inverse byproduct holodeck. Invisibility without the interface. And these are models I made a few years ago. And this is another picture of a light interface system. If it was just one element, there would be some sort of displacement with the light going in, light coming out. The line wouldn't be true, but with all of them together, they do work. With a bunch of these individual elements together, they do work. And well, let me go through this real quick. This is the this is the main part I'm getting to. This shows the one-to-one correspondence again between the outer shell and the light interface of a light interface system. This is what makes me so confident of this vastly simpler construction of my kind of invisibility is what I call the one-to-one correspondence between an invisible object's outer shell and the central core of such an interface of light, the light interface of the optical system. And an optically double-nested two-part system of an outer shell and its interface that completes the intersection of that visual web of reality. And this is an individual unit right here, an individual unit of a 3D pixel bundle, two-way pixel bundle, 3D pixel bundle. But a system of them creates, you can have maximally displaced interface, index, but it doesn't bend the light. It sends it straight through, unlike other artificial interfaces of light. And that's the neat magic I see in this. And it's a naturally occurring byproduct of a light interface, approach to invisibility. Creates the holodeck inside. This would be the holodeck. Out here would be the invisible shell, cube, if you will, I guess. And this shows the wave optics and the ray optics, the two sides to each coin. You know, there's a ray, turns into a wave when it's going through the fiber optics or the wire. Then it becomes a ray again, and it becomes a wave going through the wire of some sort. And then it comes out as ray optics again. The same thing with, well, this is a three-dimensional, this is a cross-section of a three-dimensional invisible object. And I have a model of it right here. And this is supposed to be the interface inside. And lastly, this is the counterpart to this. It has its own mirror world type alternating from cloak interface to the holodeck interface to the secondary holodeck interface, which is virtual. The cloak is real, or the cloak is virtual. The outside world is real. The cloak only holds light. The holodeck holds people or objects and light. The transferring telepresence holodeck only holds light information. It's beamed over here to this real holodeck, and it creates that alternating mirror world, mirroring opposites of virtual and real worlds that exist in a virtual space. To the orange depicting the virtual forms and the grays depicting real people in their own separate portals. And in Star Trek, you can have groups of people going to a holodeck. But in my version of a televisual portal, only one person can go into their own personal holodeck and experience a complete reality telepresence with someone else at a distance, at a separate location. And this is an example of another portal with the doors open, and it has three interface chambers: the real holodeck, first the outside real world, the cloaking virtual chamber, the real holodeck chamber where people can interact with other virtual forms, volumetric virtual forms, and the virtual holodeck where their light information is transferred over to be sent to a distant portal, televisual portal somewhere else. And this is another example of a televisual portal. It's at beside a bridge and underneath the bridge, and its holodeck is down my street. So this is the same thing really as the cube, light interface cube, or whatever you want to call it. It's a low-tech form of it that shows the inverse relationship between low-tech invisibility and a low-tech holodeck. And this shows it's two alternate states, but you need transmission to send light through in a high-tech form. That's the reason it doesn't have its own interface. You turn it inside outwards, it becomes an interface to itself. But with this, you need a separate shell to hold the interface state while light is being transmitted through. And that's the basis for portals as well as invisibility suits with puppet light interfaces. Lastly, I'd like to conclude with pictures, paintings I did. That was a previous lenticular box I made. But these are paintings of artistic interpretations of televisual portal spaces. And I guess I'll end there.